Hello. So picture this. You see an animal, a dog or a cat, on a conveyor belt heading towards a large hole of lava. There's nothing you can do to help this animal besides obviously take it off. So you do that. You're holding it in your arms, comforting it, and then you notice off in the distance thousands and thousands of other animals coming towards that same pit of lava. You can't pull off all of those animals individually because the conveyor belt is getting faster and faster, and more animals are coming in at faster speeds than ever. So you notice, though, on the other side of the conveyor belt that there is a button that you can push that will stop the conveyor belt from moving. This is similar to how kill shelters and non-kill shelters work, and that's something that we're going to be talking about today. So we're going to be talking about the differences between kill and non-kill animal shelters, along with how kill shelters are inhumane, and what we can do to kind of abolish the idea of kill shelters and kind of introduce new perspectives on animal shelters. So let's get started. So we're going to start with the differences. So kill shelters are animal shelters that euthanize a larger percentage of animals taken in. So non-kill shelters are shelters that don't kill healthy or treatable animals, and they save their euthanasia for animals with severe or terminally ill animals, or those deemed dangerous to, the public for safety reasons and things like that. So the issue with non-kill shelters, and a common contradictory point towards why, kill shelters are better than non-kill shelters, is that, non-kill shelters, because they're taking in so many animals and they're not killing them, they're kind of in this higher capacitated area where they're very uncomfortable, they're very crammed, and it's just not really good for the animals in general. And I don't stand with that, but while that is true, kill shelters are taking an animal's life away where they could be getting adopted. Instead of, they don't have the capacity to fit them in, well, they're getting killed because of that reason. So a little bit about that, kind of going off that topic a little bit. Approximately every year, 5.5 million animals reach shelters, and within that 5.5 million range, 1 million animals are killed out of that 5.5 million. That's in the kill and non-kill shelters. Most animals are killed in kill shelters as they are euthanized or put in gas chambers, which is something that a lot of people didn't know about, is that animal shelters, they use gas chambers to kill a larger quantity of animals when they're at a very high capacity. So a scholarly source states that when you have a shelter that's gassing animals, the community doesn't want to go there. Basically saying that, once the chamber's gone, there's a higher level of trust. So it's a good idea to establish a level of trust with your community, because if you're killing these animals with gas chambers, that doesn't look very good on your shelter. So people wouldn't want to send animals there or take them there, obviously, because it's such an inhumane way to kill that animal. And that kind of goes into our topic of why kill shelters are inhumane, because like I said, they use gas chambers. But the good thing is approximately 70% of gas chambers in 13 states have voluntarily closed. Outright bans on chamber use for pets have been paused, or loopholes allowing certain chambers to continue to operate in Pennsylvania, Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina, and California. There are, however, only 27 states with full bans in place, and gas chambers are still in use in at least 4 of the states. And approximately each year, 1.5 million shelter animals are euthanized, 670,000 dogs, and 860,000 cats. The number of dogs and cats euthanized in the U.S. shelters annually has declined from approximately 2.6 million since 2011. So lastly, we're going to jump into what we can do to kind of take action against this. So there's a lot of popular clubs or organizations out there like PETA, which is kind of, anti-animal cruelty and anti, killing animals basically, and just preserving your lives as humans, kind of thing like that. So regarding euthanasia and gas chambers, if your shelter still uses a gas chamber, share your concerns with a shelter leadership and local officials. You can write letters to editors or publicists and encourage your local media to expose the problem. Doing this can kind of show everyone in your community what's going on and how you can stop this situation, because it's obviously, you don't want to be killing thousands of animals with a gas chamber when they could easily be getting adopted.